Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. Psalms 31, verse 24. Be of good courage. This is no mere slogan for the faint-hearted, but an invitation to meet the very source of your being. You who hope in the Lord are not crying out into empty air. You are calling the Father from within. Hope is that gentle stir of imagination by which you summon the face of David, the young prophet buried in your own heart. When you behold him there, matured by your loving attention, you have looked upon the risen Lord, and courage wells up as a fountain in your soul. He shall strengthen your heart, not by sending angels to shield you from life's trials, but by revealing that you are the very power animating the universe. The hand that tossed stars into space is the same hand you wear. Wilder yet, the hand is your own. In that knowing, your heart becomes unshakable. You discover that every circumstance in your world is but the fruit of the state you occupy, and by a simple choice of imagination you may enter the inner court where love reigns supreme. All ye that hope in the Lord, this Lord is the unity of every resurrected son and daughter, the one body of infinite love. When the child within you calls you Father, it is the first whisper of your own divine stature. Courage arises not from your resolve, but from the gift of grace that draws you into that body. No power in heaven or earth can sever this union. Once you have tasted it, you know the palm of David in yours, and feel yourself as he is. So hold fast to hope. Let your imagination dwell upon the Christ within, until fear dissolves like morning mist. Be of good courage, dear friend, for the Lord you seek is already you. Strengthen your heart by that knowing, and walk in the unbounded realm where love alone creates and sustains all. Reflect on Psalm 31:24 as an invitation to trace the unfolding of your inner life. At first you may notice a sense of fear or discouragement, a constricted awareness that holds the spirit in hesitation. As you move deeper, the verse calls forth courage, that bold and expansive quality of soul that must arise before any genuine transformation can take place. In this awakened state of trust, you begin to feel the stirring of true change. Ultimately, the promise is fulfilled in a strengthened heart, your center of feeling renewed, with confidence and vitality. In Neville Goddard's language, this journey carries you out of the sleepy, fearful self into an awakened, trusting consciousness. By choosing to hope in the Lord, your core feeling self shifts naturally into courage, and your heart is renewed from within. At its root, this verse describes the law of assumption in action. Be of good courage is an invitation to assume the inner state you desire. He shall strengthen your heart reveals that the He, the Christ within you, the I Am presence, must be invited in. As you hold the assumption of courage and trust, hope, the divine consciousness within responds by strengthening that very state into your subjective reality. Your inner act of faith extends into outer manifestation through the creative power of your imagination. What power does this reveal? The power of assumption and inner alliance with your own divine self. When you hope in the Lord, you are in fact leaning on your own I Am presence, the true source of all strength. Courage is not borrowed, it is called forth by your conscious relationship with the Christ within. You discover that you already possess omnipotent creativity, because the same He who strengthens your heart is also the creative power behind every phenomenon in your life. As fear arises, simply recognize it as a chosen state by becoming aware of those moments when your mind shrinks in on itself. Allow yourself then to shift your assumption by quietly declaring, I am courageous, I trust the power within me, and let that inner affirmation resonate in your heart center for a full minute. From there, invoke the He of your consciousness by mentally welcoming the divine presence to strengthen your heart, imagining a warm, luminous light flooding through your chest. Carry this inner certainty of courage into every task you undertake, noticing how circumstances begin to reshape themselves around your new assumption. In practicing this simple inner technique, choosing courage, feeling it deeply in the heart, and inviting the divine He, you master the creative process and bring forth a life built on your innate divine power.